Okay, so welcome to another episode of A Word on the Street. We have the beautiful Imani over here.
What's poppin'?
Moss. Unless you really know her, it's Imani.
Hey.
So today we're gonna talk about relationships with HS. Like, do you feel like have you ever had the feeling that it's not even gonna happen for me, like having a relationship, finding someone who's gonna accept me?
I had to prepare to be alone. Like, that is so terrible to say, but I had to prepare myself. I was like, this may not happen for you, and you have to be okay with that. And I was like, ugh, that's a really tough pill to swallow. I never really thought that I would ever be able to find love. I didn't think I was going to be able to meet someone who was just going to like me for me. So that was something that was in my head for a very long time until I started making content
Mm-hmm.
because I started looking at myself a little bit more and I was recording and just like seeing different parts of myself because I really didn't like to see myself at that time. So I'm like, oh, like this is how other people are going to look at me. This is how other people are going to see me. Beautiful. I have my scars. I look sexy. I'm like, oh my goodness. And anybody who really loves me and really cares for me, that's not going to matter to them. And I told myself, there is hope. Plus, I'll be seeing it online too. So I'm like, wait a minute, like
all these
I'm
people
like, wait a minute
that have HS in relationships.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like you, right? So was it 3 years ago, two or 3 years ago? I met Sid and I met a couple other people at like this kind of HS summit. And everybody there was like in relationships or they were married.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's possible?
Right.
Like
right.
people, y'all, you got a whole husband? Y'all
Right,
got a whole
right.
family?
Like I was looking, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, where are we finding these husbands at? Because that's where I need to travel.
Like, where
I
did
need to
you
go.
go? Did you go to build a band? Or
Let
did
me-
he already come like
I will book a flight real quick. I will.
like? But I was like you
Seriously,
too. Like
though.
it was like and for me, I was like I had to the self love part of it
Yes, yes.
was like really big for me because um even if somebody I think offered me love at the point where I was at, I don't think I could have accepted it because
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like I'm waiting for the other shoe to
Oh,
drop.
yeah.
I'm waiting for the day that you actually see the flare up for you to leave.
Yeah.
Like everybody's good on a good day.
Yeah.
And then like let something pop off,
Yeah.
pop up,
Yeah.
and you're gone.
Because that's a fear. That's really like a big thing of like, if I show them my flare ups, like, are they gonna leave? Are they gonna like? Because I've been through like, I have abandonment issues. So like, I'm like, I never knew love because I never had my dad in my life. So that's truly supposed to be like your first love for like a daughter. So I've always tried to keep people around no matter what. I would do anything just to keep a guy around and to stay with me. And I was like, my flare ups are just gonna push them away, but maybe I can do things that, that would make them stay. But I don't want to beg anybody to stay because that's just not my vibe. But I had to really look at myself and look in the mirror and be like, excuse me, you're that girl. You deserve love. Do not put yourself out there unless you want to. You wait until you're ready to. You go when you're ready to.
Mhm.
And if they like you, they like you. If they don't, deuces.
Like, let them kick rocks.
Yeah.
And I think that's a hard thing of like abandonment issues, right? Because like I'm the same way with you, but for me, I put those walls up.
Yes.
Like I would rather not even try to be in a relationship than get rejected in a relationship,
Yeah, I
right?
get that.
So I'm not gonna go down the road like if like I've been down the road,
Yeah.
and so I'm not gonna open myself up to the possibility of trying to be in a relationship just for you to reject me.
Right.
'Cause
You're not gonna
it's-
break my heart.
It's easier for me to be alone
Right.
because I've been alone,
Yeah.
and I can be alone.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to get my hopes up that somebody is gonna care, that
Yeah.
somebody's gonna, make the effort to be there,
Yeah.
and then for them to just turn and walk away.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I definitely understand that. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in, because a lot of people don't even know like we really go through stuff like this, and I feel like it doesn't even stop here. I feel like it's in a lot of different situations, whether you have HS or not, and it's a really big thing. But I feel like the big thing when it comes to like relationships and everything of that sort, it starts with yourself because that's all you got in this world.
all you got.
Honestly. So it's that self love. And once you start loving yourself, all that good energy, all those good vibes, possibly a 6'2"
Oh
man
talking.
might want to come by and see, but they see that energy.
Yeah.
They see that energy.
Confidence, like
yeah,
confidence is key. Like you hear that all the time.
Yeah.
But like if you feel unattractive, you feel like you're not worth it, then like you kind of project that onto other people.
Yeah.
And
it's
so
so it's like that.
We don't want Desi desperate. Like,
come on, get into it, because that's really what it is. Yeah, it's true.
Where did you find that from? Like a lot of people in the HS community, right? We're dealing with the lack of confidence, or of like self-love. Like, how did you find this yourself in the spot that you're in right now of like, I love myself, I'm beautiful, I'm me?
Just getting out of my comfort zone, and again, the support that comes behind making content as well too. Like, there are so many people that will tell me, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful! Like, you're so gorgeous." I'm taking notes from you, honestly. But it's, just seeing those comments, and then I'm just like, wait a minute, like, they're right. Like, it's really given. But again, I can't, go based off on what they say, because I gotta believe it. Because at the end of the day, I see myself. I'm in my own body. So it kind of just really started with just looking in the mirror and really looking at my videos, and again propping that camera up and just looking at myself and looking at all different angles of myself, and knowing that I'm beautiful, and knowing that I deserve love, and that I'm worth it, and that I'm a queen. Like, I really, it started to, it doesn't just start automatically. Like, it takes time, and I don't think a lot of people know that. They want it instantly, but you go through trials and tribulations that really do bring you to this point. And now I feel unstoppable. I feel gorgeous. I feel sexy. I feel so relieved, because it was a lot of stress getting to this point, and a lot of hurt and depression getting to this point. And now that I'm finally here, I'm still working on it. Yeah. It's
like a step by step, like,
so work in progress, girl. Work in progress. But to see how far I've come is just amazing, and I'm proud of myself, and that's something that I have to really tell myself and to give myself that props. So
I think one thing that I loved when we were at the HS Beautify HS Connect event, was when we talked about like the things that we hate about ourselves. Like, oh, I hate my arms because that's where I got the most scarring, or I hate this aspect of myself. And like then thinking like, wait a minute, what does this do for me? Like, what do my arms do for me? Like, oh, my arms allow me to write. My arms allow me to hold my family, to pick up my knees. And I hate that. I hate what all that it does for me, because it has some scars.
Right.
And so like that mindset of like, I hate something that does so much for me. I need to turn that thinking around of like, oh man, I love my arms.
Right.
Oh, I love these lips. I love all this.
She ate when she said that. I hit her up that day on Instagram, and I was like, "You ate when you said that." She was like, "Thank you so much." I was like, "No, girl,
you said a word."
No,
she said a word.
She said what she said, and she meant it. And I was like, I received it. Yeah. So yes, no, I definitely, I do live by that. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
all right, you guys. This has been another episode of Word on the Street.